We have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And when you're going out and doing a big day, you're out there doing something 50 to 100 miles or more, in a day. That's hard, and things start to hurt. You know. And a couple years ago, I did a tour with my son across New York State from Buffalo to Albany, and it's an interesting thing with that trip because the first day we had 2 mechanicals on each of our bikes that nearly each one of those could have finished the trip, but we just prayed, and then we looked for ways to solve it, and God made a way with both of those major malfunctions that our bikes had on the first day. But also, my grandfather had approached us before the trip and said that, hey, if you take the day off in the middle here in order to see like where he and grandma grew up and meet some relatives and stuff like that, he'd get us hotel rooms, buy our food for the day, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, great, sounds fun. I didn't know that was going to be essential to the completion of our trip, in that the first day was 70 miles, the second day was 80 miles, and by the end of the second day, I was so utterly I was finished. I was so emotionally and physically done. I did not know I was going to need a rest day that third day, and so for 2 nights there, I got to just sleep in a hotel room. And that third day, the second half of the day, I mostly just slept. But by the time that was done, I felt good to get back on the bike and to go do our last 3 days of riding. And we completed it. What I thought was just going to be a nice perk or whatever became an essential part of us being able to complete this trip. And so, I've just kind of learned along the ways that as we press into the Lord and follow Him, that, man, there's going to be a bunch of times where it feels like we do not have what we need to do what we need to do, and that God in His ways will provide, and that we really do have everything we need in order to do exactly what He's called us to.